take the blame for all the shame that you dish out. There's not enough soap to wash the filth that haunts my mouth. Don't need any extra attention. If I were you, I'd keep my distance. I'm no hero, I'm no idol, and there's no verse you'll find in the Bible, but I need saving. So they say, yeah. So they say. So while I pray on prayers and judgment stares, I can't help it, but I'm wondering, do you like what you see? A freak like me.
Yippee, yippee! Hello chat and welcome to the extra bonus stream. Hope you're doing well. I thought we'd do something classic today. Absolutely classic. Just a good old yap and craft stream. Hope everyone's locked in. Double music. Oh, you're having double music? That's weird. You shouldn't hear double music.
Maybe I'm a little too drunk, but should I gotta give the people what they want? Do you like what you see? A freak like me.
So it's just me, KW. Yeah, I think so. Camera, hi. If everyone else is hearing double music, please let me know. Because then we have some sort of audio issue. Hi Turtle. Hello. Hi chatters. Yeah, it was just Twitch switching for me. Classic Twitch. Fun fact, I actually had to redo my Twitch tax files. Yeah, for real. Today. It was pretty as-pez, but like for some reason, like, oh, it's been 3 years. Refill out your tax info. I'm like, Lamau, I don't pay tax. That's because I'm below taxable income, chat, not because I'm somehow just, you know, being sneaky. Someone played another stream, someone on top of me, already watching a stream on mobile. Crazy. Hello, my friends. Hello. My goats. Yeah, I actually was like craving just a plain old, not even plain old, you know, like a classic Minecraft stream where we just like do a little bit of this and that and we get into some good yappage. Didn't think we'd get here so soon, Lamau. I originally had plans to hang out with a friend of mine, but I mentioned the Discord. Said friend wasn't feeling so well, and I was like, you know what, we'll just postpone. So, to bien. Like, a lot of people are ill, either just like in general or with COVID or anything like that at the moment, so it was kind of like not a huge surprise, but I thought, you know, how about we do some classic Minecraft today as our extra bonus stream. Big yappage. And I thought we could do hardcore because I really want to just finish that crop island, and also I added a new mod to the hardcore world. I know, crazy. It's not the most extreme change, don't worry, but Adge, oh Adge time, I'm sorry, Adges are happening. Tis what it is, lads. If you want to use your free Twitch Prime, you can. Also, just connect your Twitch account to your Amazon account, and boom. If you do have Twitch Prime, you will have that option available to you then. If you have Amazon Prime, you get the Twitch Prime. No, Adge, giggle. If you don't want Adges, subscribe, please. There we go. I'll wait until everyone's back. Let me see. Okay, you should be back in like 6 seconds. So I'll wait it out. Boom, boom, boom. There we go, you should be back. Thank you. So I added one more mod, I know, crazy, and it's a mod called Particular. Cute texture pack. People cute. What's it called? Whimscape. Should be hardcore. Is it hardcore the command? Yep. There we go, spelled like that. It's such a cute little texture pack. I've been loving it in the hardcore world. But yeah, I added a mod called Particular, which, as it says here, has extra visual effects like fireflies, falling leaves, and waterfall cascades. And it's completely customizable, you can turn off each individual thing. So I thought we'd test out with everything turned on today and see what we like of it, and then we keep what we like. Let's jump in. Again, the plan is to do the crop island today, which means a lot of dirt farming. Like a lot. You wonder why you have 3 followers when you don't stream? Well, maybe some people will follow other people just because it's like their friends and stuff. But typically, yeah, if you don't make content, people won't follow you on Twitch because I don't know. At least me, I'm very rigorous with my follow list on Twitch. Like, I will regularly go through it, and if there's people who I haven't found myself watching for like weeks or months or something, I will unfollow. And sometimes I refollow again if I end up falling back into their content, but you know, unless it's my personal friends, I don't really follow people who don't stream regularly or whose streams I don't watch. I have 47 followers, I've never streamed. Yeah, because you're a moderator. That's another way to get followers on Twitch, I guess. I made some baked feta pasta today and it was tasty. Oh, that sounds really good. Alright, now we gotta get ourselves a freed up inventory. And easiest way to do that is to just have like one of these random chests out front. Oh yeah, actually the basalt we can properly store, because if you don't know why we have basalt in inventory, last time we were on here, we actually did a little bit of planning with blocks to roughly figure out how we want to have this main island. As I kind of had this idea to be inspired by theme parks and have like different lands, so to speak, with different themes and building styles based on what we have already built. As I kind of don't really want to just go for like one uniform style throughout like all the builds in this world, and I haven't really, so getting the follow limit for affiliate, yeah, James could get affiliated like by streaming twice, but I feel like you are not someone who's seeking to stream really, James, are you? Apples. I'm just gonna, in the front here, I would need 100 times more confidence. No, that is fair. Okay, I'm gonna put... Oh, actually, the arrows we do need. The issue is I can't really have 100% free inventory, because I do need some things. Okay, ominous bottle we don't really need. No, boop. And the emergency rations, okay. Now eat, and then we're gonna go and just dig a lot of dirt. Like a lot. Boop. Schedule the stream. That's at 890, 170. Though you would have to be really old to live until the year 8000. That's not humanly possible. Also, don't talk about your own streams in my stream, please. It's not particularly polite. But yeah, chat, I didn't expect to stream today, obviously, because I had plans. But I ended up having that free time back. I'll have my shield as well. My boots are alright still. Yeah, we kind of always go to this hill here in the back to try and get dirt without it just decimating the landscape. At least not the landscape we can see from our base, because that's kinda... I'm not like a super expert at landscaping in Minecraft. Oops, I'm really sorry, I did not know. No worries, I'm just telling you in advance for future references. That's basically always my intent whenever I like commented in any particular way about anything going on in chat. If it's meant to just be like a helpful tool, because I know a lot of people get into Twitch and it's a lot of it's literally trial by fire. You kind of get thrown in and you have to like figure out, especially because every community kind of has their own rules and their own approaches. Like there's such a thing as like general Twitch etiquette, but it's very fragmented in terms of how serious people take it, and you know, a lot of people have different approaches to different issues or different sort of habits that they don't like in their chat or habits that they do like, etc., etc. Like for example, I'm very emote friendly. I love when you boys use emotes. It's my favorite thing. Some other people are like, I don't want emotes in my chat because I want the messages to be more unique or something. I don't know. Different issues, really. Ooh, bones. Should get a dog at some point, I'm feeling. Okay, yeah, here's kind of the back where we are gonna start doing some digging. Can I go even further? I don't recall. But yeah, so we are doing a classic Minecraft stream. I honestly got inspired because one of the recent VODs I uploaded was us doing the transformation. Oh, I'm hungry. The transformation of the tent village behind my base on NSMP, and I was like, while I was uploading, I was like watching a little bit of it, and it was me talking about when I had just gotten back into lore.svu, and I was yapping about the lore. And I was like, man, this is good vibes. Like, because that's one of the things that is very... I still think it's a little bizarre about streaming, but honestly, it's not that bizarre, which is that you at some point reach a point when you are a regular streamer where you do not remember everything you talked about on stream because it's just too many hours of content. Like when I just started, I could like remember the rough topics that I ended up approaching on stream, but we have long passed that point. So if I watch an older one, especially if it's like been like 6 months or something, it's like watching someone else's content, if that makes sense. Because I'm like, oh yeah, this is like an interesting topic he's talking about, and it's like me from 6 months ago. So this was like one of those moments. I was like, man, yeah, I did have like strong opinions about the crossover mania that happened for a while in SVU, and I was like, damn, good, yeah. So I really wanted to do another stream like this, but I thought I would obviously do it way later because I didn't think I'd be home today, at least not home early. But yeah, I had kind of a bit of a stressful week, honestly. I have a lot of stuff going on at the moment, which has really made my brain PP overheat a lot, because it's a lot of trader trope. Okay, if they're still alive by the time I end, I'll keep in mind. But yeah, so a lot of administrative stuff, a lot of like calling places, emailing, the works. Which, I don't know, it's just been kinda a lot, and I'm not the most, I don't know, unaffected by stress. I tend to get like a lot of physical side effects from being stressed, so that's kind of annoying. But, alas. I did make a lot of progress on various of these things during the week, so that's kind of helped be a little bit of a stress relief. Yeah, on Wednesday, obviously, we saw each other last on Tuesday when me and Bans were doing the stream, which also meant I didn't really yap too much to you because I was focused on talking to Bans, and then after that doing the sponsor segment, which we are going to continue all of these games, by the way, don't worry. We'll get there. There you go, we're just going to get like an entire inventory full of dirt. Bum bum bum. What do you guys think of the new Minecraft stuff, by the way? I've seen it all over Twitter. The creakling and the resin and stuff. It looks kind of cool. I'm glad to get more glowing blocks, personally. That's my main thing. I always want more lighting options, especially kind of like environmental lighting. And I think that's going to be a bagger addition. Let's throw this egg, because who knows who needs it. There we go. This one, yeah. So. Hold. There we go. Gotta make sure I don't break my shovel. But yeah, I had so much fun playing with bands. We do want to make more streams together. Just need to schedule shit. But yeah, but also, if we might... Hi, my dear 2K points. If by the time that I end, they are not live, you can pick someone else. Or if you don't have anyone else, we can refund the points, don't worry. That redeem is typically like, kind of like the end of a stream. Because... Well, I'm not gonna end earlier just to raid someone. I'll end whenever I end, so... But don't worry, again, we have the ability to refund points for exactly these kind of scenarios. Oop. There we go. Yeah, so, Wednesday, I obviously at work, classic, and it was kind of a weird day because, not that weird, but we stream, has been going for like 50 hours now, lol. Okay, if this, you know, because I'm not familiar with them, that's why I was like, they're still streaming by the time I end. So if they're doing like a subathon or something, then obviously they will be live a long time. There we go. Nom 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 nom, slice into... and it was kind of a weird day because I was like, oh no, you know, another day, another $1 for work. Not really, but I was like, you know, it's fine, it's chilling, I'm leisuring, and I came in, and recently, because if you don't know, I share an office with 4 other people, but not everyone's in the office at all in at the same time, because the office doesn't actually allow you to have everyone be working from the office at the same time, because there's only 3 computer seats there. It's expected that like some people will always be like working from home office style, or will be in like holiday, or will be sick or something. But recently it's been a lot of days where, compared to the summer, where there was a lot of times where there was like 2 other colleagues of mine in there as well, and we were 3 people. Sorry for the bad spelling. That we stream, I'm sure, because the stream has lasted for 50 hours now. Okay, yeah, I got your drift. Because, yeah, it was like a lot of times, and there was even times where there was 3 people there, so I had to move to another office because there wasn't any space for me. But one of my colleagues is pregnant, so she's out a lot, and then for some reason everyone else has just also been out a lot, either for sickness, holiday, or home office. And I've had multiple times where it's either one of my colleagues and me, just the 2 of us, or I'm by myself. But most of the time it's like one colleague. On Wednesday, the colleague that was there had started super early, so she was done, like completely done with her entire work for the day before 1 PM, because she had started like 6 AM. I was like, on one hand, right, I'm not an early bird, so this will not be me in life. I don't love getting up super early. It's not my nature. I can if I have to, but I don't really love it. So, but everyone else in my office is very much an early bird. And, I mean, it makes sense. Like, I guess if you have like family as kids or something, then maybe you wanna be home to have like time with them, as opposed to being stuck at work like I am until 6 PM, right? But yeah, I don't love getting up early, and also the advantage is if I'm staying late and everyone else stays early, I get the office to myself for the last few hours of my workday. And I really like that. I don't know, it's calming. I feel like I don't have to be observed. Like, it's not literally that I feel observed, but you know what I mean. Like, if you're existing in a shared space, like, at least I tend to, you know, go for being considerate and adjust to everyone else's needs, because I'm not that particular, I guess. Or rather, I understand other people's particularities, like if they have like sensitive noses, or they're sensitive for like stiff air or something, that they might want the windows open, or they might want the radio on or something. And like, I'm not that bothered by it, but at the same time, I would never oppose my own preferences, because I'm literally just like a helper. compared to all the people who work there full time and stuff. So I'm like, my ass is only really comfortable to do things in the office my way if I'm alone. I don't know. And I also tend to love taking shorter breaks more frequently rather than taking like my entire break in one big block. And I also feel more comfortable doing that if no one's around, because I don't know, just feel like I'm doing it in a weird way. Ooh, what the heck's that? What did I just unlock? Oh, light grey dye. I was like, why am I getting a new recipe, huh? There we go. Nom 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 nom. Doing alright with our, let me actually plant you back, with our dirt collection. It's going strong. After that we might actually need as well either to trade in the village or go to our farm, to our XP farm to heal our shovel, because it's looking a bit dire. Num 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 num. There we go. But yeah, so because she was done so early, I had the office to myself from 1 PM, and I've been staying late recently to save up more work hours because I have some appointments that I couldn't move that are on one of my work days. And I was like, you know what, I don't want to use my holidays for this, I want to use my overtime for this. So yeah, saving up for another day of overtime so I can take that as my day off basically for this appointment stuff. It's actually like 3 different appointments. I'm like, ugh, you know. There we go. So that was like a bit weird because it's also kind of weird now because it's getting into autumn and winter and stuff. To when I started in the summer, right? So me working from 10 to 6 was pretty chill. It was pretty like based. Really didn't have that much of an effect. Obviously on those days I didn't really end up doing too much except work and like maybe make dinner and like watch a movie or something, or TV or YouTube or Twitch. But it didn't really have too much of an effect. But now since it's getting to the later seasons, it's like pitch black by the time I'm done with work. And it's like a bit eerie. It's not even that eerie because it's like I go home at like 6-7 PM, but you know what I mean? Like it's not as like nonchalant, chill vibes as it was in the summer months. So that was like a bit strange, if you will. But on my way to work as well, because you guys, I very briefly brought it up, I think, during the show with band. But I went to an orthopedist recently because of my back. I was like, I think, what day was it? Was it last week? No, it was this week. It was the day that I streamed. No, the day before I streamed. It's Monday, right? What's this Monday? My sense of time is good, guys. Yep, it was Monday. But yeah, I went to the orthopedist, who was very nice, very lovely, very, very courteous, good vibe, and basically she was like, oh yeah, your lower back muscles are weak and that's why you're having all these issues. Because I guess I'm mildly predisposed to have issues, but also I just have done more exercise for other parts of my body and not so much the lower back. And now I have an office job, which doesn't necessarily help with this. So she was basically like, yo, have some physical therapy, lol. I'm like, alright, that's chill. I've never had this, but I'm eager to try out. So, and she even gave me a list, okay? This was like next level, you know, doctor care, because she was like, hey, we have a list of physical therapists in the area printed out for you. I'm like, oh, this is so nice. So I did in fact end up calling one of the people from the list who was like close to where I live. Close enough that it wouldn't be a pain, because I got prescribed 6 sessions of physical therapy. And I'm like, if this is something that I have to do, I don't want to travel like lots. And thank God, because like all these appointments that I ended up getting are like really like relatively close together, and multiple are in the early morning. And thank God I only have like 20 minutes to get there, so I'm chilling. I'm leisuring. No, I don't really need this. So I called them, and it was kind of funny because on the day that I did the first call, the person on the phone was actually someone who was not a receptionist, but like someone who works there. And she was like, yo, like, I think we have time then, but call again tomorrow and talk to the receptionist because they are not there anymore. I'm like, okay, no worries. So I called again on my way to work. I was like walking over, and they immediately had stuff, and it was like so funny because the first time I called, they were like super apologetic. They were like, oh, you might have to wait a bit to get an appointment. I'm like, oh. Because obviously if it's not a emergency healthcare, sometimes specialist treatment stuff can have long waiting times where I live. Which I feel like this is like a common European system problem. But then she was like, oh yeah, like Tuesday the 29th. I'm like, I really expected you to say like 2 months or something. But actually I ended up having my first appointment today in the morning. So that was very, very speedy. But and I got like all of the dates immediately in this one phone call. So I was like, you know what, this is actually kind of based. We'll see what this will be like, because I've never done any kind of physical therapy ever, because I didn't have any injuries that were significant enough to need like recovery training or something. I know a lot of people do that, and I didn't have any other health issues when I was younger, so I was like, alas. Oh, at least I didn't have health issues I got treated for, haha. Yeah. R.I.P. my tendon shortness that I had as a teen, and I just never went to a doctor now. Did kind of fix itself, but wouldn't advise this in hindsight. However, I will not take the 100% of the blame, because my dad was just like, yep, I had this when I was a teenager too, so you'll grow out of it. I'm like, alright. Would I advise this to my own child? No. I would be like, if you're having issues, go to a doctor, man. Jesus Christ. But, you know, never. Basically saying, I was like, oh, I don't know what this is going to be like, but surely it's going to be all pretty chill and everything. So that was my Wednesday. Otherwise, I really didn't do too much. I've been watching House again, House MD. I finished season 4 now, which season 4's finale is like insane. If you've never watched it, House, it's a banger. It's one of the best finales of the show. It's good vibes. Well, it's not really good vibes, but it's like really, really good storytelling. It's sad vibes. And otherwise, I made a letterbox account. I know, crazy. Well, actually, I already had a letterbox. Motherfucker, new. How about no? How about no? Brother, can these guys stop harassing me? Yellow City. So true. Gotta be a bit careful that we don't ditch. Uh-oh. Actually be careful. Okay, there you go. I tend to love to kind of like storm these guys, but I'm in hardcore. I should not continue fighting when I'm on like 3 hearts. Did one of them drop a potion? Oh, you did. I'm collecting these ominous potions like it's nobody's business. Okay. Okay, a bit more. We just need a bit more, and then we're filled up on dirt. Uh-oh. He's stuck. That's weird. Okay, Eptron. There we go. Okay, we're filled up. But before we actually end up transforming our island, we need to fix our shovel. Let's go back. But yeah, letterbox account. I already had one that I made like 5 years ago, and I never used it for I don't even know why, what reason. It's mostly because I actually use a different app already called Surely, which does TV and movies. But it isn't like as elaborate in terms of functionality. You can't, for example, track rewatches. You can only track the initial watch of something. And it has like very little social functionality. It basically just has like little reviews, but you can't even like the review or follow people whose reviews you like or anything like that. It's just like basically leaving a comment. That's all really. And for those purposes, it served me well for a few years, and I still want to use it as well. But I was like, you know what? It doesn't hurt to just, especially since I found out you can import data into Letterboxd, because I was not about to manually enter like the 600 plus movies I've watched to a new app. But yeah, you can import it. So I was like, you know what, this is like leisurely, because Surely, while an independent app, is also affiliated with a service called Tracked, which is basically like Letterboxd. So, and the track data you can export. So I was like, let's go. Okay, we are here and we are going to the XP farm really quickly. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, I gotta follow the torches. There we go. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll actually do this. So I spent quite a lot of time importing my movie list. Thank you for the hydrated posture check. Hi, Wisp. How are you, boss? And now I'm doing good. I read raviolis a few minutes ago. Nice! I'm doing some yapping. But yeah, so I spent quite a lot of time doing that setup, and one of the things I love about it so far is the lists. Because before I had the app that I currently use, Surely, I had a different app that also had a list feature, which I loved, but that app was iOS only, and also they stopped updating the lists in like 2020, so clearly kind of like abandoned after that time. Yeah, they still had like the lists up from then. It was like a list about movies featuring pandemics, which alas alas. So I love that they have lists. The thing I don't love is that it's like forcefully a 5-star scale, because obviously 5 stars with half stars allowed technically aligns with a 10-point scale, which is the scale I personally use to rate stuff, specifically movies and TV. But for some reason, like 3 stars out of 5 doesn't feel the same as 6 out of 10 does, even though it's functionally the same. Anyone get that? I'm so for real. Like, I did track it the way that it would be translated. So every 6 on 10 is a 3 out of 5, every 8 on 10 is a 4, etc. But for some of the movies, especially the lower rated ones, I'm like, in a 5-point scale, I would probably rate this differently if I had originally made it in 5 points. There we go, that's the XP farm. So I don't know, I might change stuff around, but maybe I don't. Maybe I just have like separate scores. Score out of 10, I'm good, happy. I'm doing good, I'm doing good. And then a separate score line for out of 10. I don't know, man, I haven't decided. But it made me realize, in terms of movies, I feel like with books, there's a lot of books I will rate, not a lot, but a reasonably high amount of books I will rate like 5 stars, because I do use 5 stars, like the star system in books with half stars. But for movies and TV, I use a 10-point scale. I don't know why, I just do it like that. Probably because the apps and services I use to track data do it in that way. Like Goodreads and specifically Storygraph obviously have the 5 stars. And Storygraph has the half stars included as well. Whereas the movie and TV tracking app I use does do a 10-point scale. So I'm assuming it's from that. But anyway, there was a lot of movies that I was like, oh, I like this movie, but I don't actually have that many movies that I gave 10 out of 10 compared to... I'm not even compared to how many TV shows, because I don't think that many TV shows I give. I give 10 on 10. But there's so many books I give a 5 on 5, so I don't know, man. Tis interesting. If you are curious, if anyone is on Letterboxd, you can like... Letterboxd. I always say Letterboxd without the D. But if anyone is and like is interested in like following my account, just like I guess ask and I'll send it to you. It's just yellow if you're wondering. But where was my brain? Yeah, if you're wondering what, I'll let some guys spawn in. If you're wondering how many movies have I given 10 on 10? I've given 4 movies 10 on 10 ever. Which maybe I need to revise this at some point, but like, do you want to know what the movies are, chat? Sure, my favorites, I actually added them to my favorites on Letterboxd as well. Still haven't watched a single movie this year, that's fair enough. What are they? Alright, so, and then these are like, on my profile I actually put them like in order. My favorite movie of all time, I want to know, is anyone here an insane Yellow stan? Are you here? I want to know. I've talked about it, but not super frequently, so if you don't know, I will not blame you. I can also give a hint. I'm curious if anyone will guess it. This is like, when I found this out, that one of my closest uni friends, Blue Moderator, also loves this movie. I was like floored, because this is my hint. It is a criminally underrated movie. Like... 99% of the time when I tell someone that this is my favorite movie ever, they are like, really? And I'm like, yes, really, it's a masterpiece. I don't take criticism. I've watched it countless times. The super old Mario movie with the lizard person with a small head. /J. That is so sad. We have like a minute to guess. This is my one hint is, it is a movie that's underrated, to the point that people are surprised that it's anyone's favorite. But I don't know if I can give any other hints without giving it away. I think this is not... Is it Disney? It is not Disney. But you're not too far off. It is an animation movie. I will give this hint. But it is not a Disney movie. I do love a lot of Disney movies, don't get me wrong. Just getting a shovel fully healed, by the way. Yippee! Getting some... Oh, we got some glowstone dust from her, how nice. So getting some gunpowder for future purposes. Spirit! Yes! James wins the Ultimate Stan Award. Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron is my favorite movie ever. I love that movie so much. It's so good, and people are sleeping on it. And the saddest part is that nowadays probably more people would recognize the name because of the shit-ass TV show they made, which completely fucks over Spirit's character and also completely disregards the entire anti-colonial, like, anti-settler culture storyline. They're like, bitch, what are you doing? It's so good at the music. The music is insane. This is one of the movies that I love both in the German dub and in the English original because it's actually fucking god-level soundtrack for both. They did such an incredible job of localizing the songs in German. Peak. Oh my god. Also, I will just never get over, like, Teen Me, the one song where Spirit is like, you know, like, there's two moments that as a teen, and this was like peak, okay? They're still peak, where when they try to tame him, and he's like resisting them, relatable as fuck. And then even more relatable to like angsty teen me was the song when he's taken away on the train and he's like given up, and then he sees like his family in the mist, and that convinces him to like remember to fight. I'm like, that shit fucking hits, okay? It always hits. This movie. Honestly, DreamWorks, not even Disney wishes, DreamWorks wishes they ever slayed as hard as they did in that movie. It's such a bizarre thing to me to look at the movies that came out around the same, like, 5-year span or so as Spirit from DreamWorks. Because it's just nothing. Like, a year prior, Spirit came out in 2002, by the way. A year prior, do you know what the DreamWorks movie was? Flushed fucking away. Flushed away with the fucking weird slug was the year prior to Spirit. And they just slayed so hard and then they just never even compared to their own work. It's actually so crazy. And I will 100% like connect back. If anyone's never seen it, by the way, it gets like put down as, oh, it's a horse movie. Yes, it's a movie featuring a horse, but it's so much more than a horse movie, okay? And also, don't decry horse movies, they're fucking sick, okay? That's like, not disregard a good old horse movie, but it's a mix of 2D and 3D animation, and it's so good. And I genuinely do think the fact that they still use 2D animation for that movie is part of why it's so amazing. The story's strong, the music's strong, the animation is incredible. Peak. But yeah, that's my favorite movie ever, but I also have rated 3 other movies with a 10 on 10. Which is kind of like, it's just doing everything right. Next up we have Hot Fuzz, which I actually didn't end up watching for the longest time, but then I had the most random way of getting to watch this movie, so I didn't know anything about it at all. And it was during one of my birthday parties. We did the classic thing when you're like on Netflix and you're trying to find a movie to watch and you're just scrolling for 30 minutes straight. Okay, the shovel's fixed, so we're leisuring. You know what? Let's actually get a little bit of XP while we're up here. But yeah, so we did that thing, and at some point you just get tired of not deciding on anything. So we were just like, you know what, this movie looks okay, let's just watch it, okay? And it blew me away. It's such a funny movie, the story's incredible, it's so... The gay subtext. Peak. If you never... Oh, Jesus Christ. Do not fall off the edge of it. Oh. I mean, technically it's not a problem because it's water down there, but do we really want to risk it? When it's so high up you cannot see. Let's go down. Also, there's a boat right here, which, you know, imagine falling, like, thinking you're like, jumping into the water, and then you land in the boat and you fucking die. Not ideal. Not ideal. Okay, there's our bed. Floating. Diligently. Let's grab that bad boy. There we go. Oh wait, look at that! Yippee! That's one of the particular effects. Very cute. Yippee! Okay, where's the land? Oh, we're on the wrong side. Are we on the wrong side? No. Yes. All my favorite movies on Letterboxd, haven't rated any yet. Treasure Planet, Spirit, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and then guess what? The KW the Joker from 2019. No, that's so fair. Wait, look! Look over there, chat. This is the particular mod. Look how cute this is. It's like a little waterfall, like, effect. So cute. Yeah, this is some of the kind of like little details that it adds. This is not like a massive overhaul mod, this is just like little effects, which I think are adorable. Alright, back home we go. Follow the torches. But yeah, so Hot Fuzz came upon it in the most random way, and it's just a movie you can watch like so many times, and it's just always a banger. So I'd say that's probably like my favorite like comedy movie, if you will. It's like, it is a comedy, but it's also a detective movie. If you've never seen it, it's very zany. I'd say good vibes, good vibes. Then this is like a pure nostalgia, but I think I'm justified in this. It's Harry Potter and the Prison of Azkaban, which is my favorite Harry Potter movie, and it's my favorite Harry Potter book, and it's just peak, okay? It's the peak of that franchise, and I stand by it. You can so, like, I've watched video essays about this, you can so tell that, because this was like the only one of those movies who was directed by that director, and he brings such a like unique cinematic approach to it, because the first two movies, obviously, sorry to yap, but the first two movies are great. The first movie in particular is my second favorite, honestly, but of those movies, but they're very like in the spirit of children's movies, because children's movies, right? And then the third one stands out because it has this unique cinematic approach, whereas the fourth onwards are like older teen movies with that vibe, and they very quickly get quite gritty and dark and kind of focused on intense events, whereas that third movie just, it has intense events, but it's just so beautiful and has really, really gorgeous cinematography. So just on that, never mind the story, I love that movie deeply. There we go, we're almost back. And then the fourth movie is kind of a surprise, but it's another movie that when I first watched it, I was fucking blown away by it. I did not expect this in the slightest, and it's a movie called Celeste and Jesse Forever, which I exclusively watched because it stars Andy Samberg, who I adore. So I often do this thing when I get very into like a particular celebrity or actor or something. I will watch like the entire cinematography. And I love Andy Samberg, he's great. I exclusively watched many things just because he's in them. And I don't know, he's brilliant, he's very, I don't know, he just has he has like a lot of good vibes in my opinion. Alas. So yeah, because of him, I was like, oh, I'll watch this movie. Because despite him, like, primarily obviously being known as a comedian, he has also done quite a number of serious acting projects. Some more like comedic, but also some more like serious. Kind of similar to Bill Hader, honestly, who also in his early... I also did have a thing for Bill Hader, so I watched like a lot of his cinematography also, and he has a lot of roles obviously in his cinematography that are like comedy movies, and you know, they're good, they're banger. Like some of them are like a bit weak, but a lot of them are actually really fun. and this is kind of true for Andy Samberg as well. But then you watch Celeste Jesse Forever, in which he plays opposite Rashida Jones, who I forgot what she's in also, but she's in something that I've watched. And they play a couple. Like this is like basically imagine a rom-com, but it's about divorce. And it's such an emotionally devastating movie in the best way, because it literally pulls the exact same punches about like making you fall in love with this couple's relationship, but it's also dysfunctional, and literally at the start of the movie they are getting divorced, but they're staying friends, so they're staying very closely to each other's, like in each other's lives. And you have all these heartbreaking moments where you realize that, like, you know, they still love each other, but they just really don't bring out the best in each other. And it's devastating. This movie made me fucking cry, okay? But it's incredible, and just the way it's made is so beautiful and so subversive to the concept of like a rom-com that it is my 4th favorite movie. These are the only movies I've ever given 10s on 10s. And it made me realize when I was going through and translating my ratings into Letterboxd how many movies I give like 2 out of 10. Yeah, I'm a critic, okay? I'm a critic. What can I say? No, but I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny, and I had a lot of fun trends, like looking back at all the movies that I've watched, because obviously I go through phases where I will watch a lot of movies, and I love watching movies, but sometimes I don't end up watching as many as I would like, especially in cinemas. I do have some friends who don't like watching movies at all, because they like to, either because their attention span is too bad, or B, I don't know why I said B, I didn't even start with A, or because they like need more time to get invested into characters and find movie-length stories to be too short. And I love TV shows as well, don't get me wrong. I love getting like deeply into some characters, but I also love the low commitment of only investing time into a movie. Yeah, I don't enjoy movies a lot because I don't want things to end. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of a common issue people have, whereas I personally love not having to always, like, whenever I want to enjoy a fun story, I don't always want to commit to hours and hours of time. I love honestly the serotonin boost from finishing something, like, even if it's just a movie, so I don't know, it's fun. But I very much get how there's lots of people who are not into movies as a media experience at all. And I do happen to have a lot of these kind of people in my friend group. So, ooh, no, didn't need to go over here. Thusly, I don't end up doing a lot of movie nights, and I will myself go through phases of either watching movies or not watching movies. I should probably get not dirt for this. I should get sand, shouldn't I? There we go. Okay, I'm gonna use... The important thing is probably to... I'm gonna outline the area first, so I know what layer I specifically wanna... make into dirt, as in, because I don't want it to all be uniform. I want it to maintain its vibe. There you go, and then there we go. There we go. Boop, boop, boop. So yeah, movie time. And then speaking of movies, I was like, you know what? One of the things I loved about Letterboxd specifically was its ability to do lists. And I have my own list, so I transcribed that list into a Letterboxd list, which is basically, I compiled a bunch of different lists I found online into the ultimate, like, autumn movie list. and it's about like 150 movies or so. There we go. And then also had like a few thrown in myself, which was, for example, like the Fear Street movies and stuff like that. I'll fix like the bottom bits later, honestly. There we go. So I decided to watch, on top of the list is A Nightmare Before Christmas, right? I have watched Nightmare Before Christmas. I never saw it as a child, and I think the fact that I never saw it as a child is why I actually didn't end up like being a massive stan of it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Nightmare Before Christmas enjoyers. I thought it was kind of mid. The music's good. The music's really cool, but the story, especially like Jack Skellington and Sally's dynamic, is like not given enough time to make sense to me. I'm sorry. It's such a short movie. Like, the staying power it's had in pop culture, I'm like, okay, it makes sense. It has a very cool, unique aesthetic. But it's, like, so short. I don't remember exactly how long it is. Wait, let me check. Because isn't it, like, an hour long only? Let me check. I don't remember. Yeah, it's 76 minutes only. It's an hour 15, hour 16 specifically, which is crazy. It like, okay, I have to say, right, I personally am someone who really dislikes insta-love, especially in straight passing relationships. So that is one of my biggest gripes with that movie. Like, there's no actual world building why Sally likes Jack Skellington. I'm sorry. I've never gotten mad at her if someone not liking something I do, and as a teen it was bad if someone liked... If someone did like the same thing I do, no, that's fair enough. I like the feeling of a movie ending its complaints about a short movie, as I mentioned. I just feel like it should have been longer to especially make Sally an actual character, not just like the love interest TM. Which, I know it's an older movie and movies do that, but I just still really dislike that trope, personally, so... I apologize profusely. I thought it was alright still, like, I didn't have a bad time with it, per se, at all. I gave it a 5 on 10. The music, as I mentioned, is very cool, very gorgeous, and I just think it escalates too fast as well. Like, you start with Jack having this whole vision... Oh, there we go. Oh, look, there's some water leakage. There you go. Can we go the distance? There you go. I'm gonna like fix this section here a bit by just covering it up mostly. There we go. But like they escalate so quickly from Jack wishing he wasn't he was kind of more than his job basically, to oh he's taking over Christmas, to oh he gets defeated immediately. I just felt like from a pacing point of view it's kind of weak. And again, I didn't like Sally's character execution. I think she had potential if she was actually given the time to be more than just like a stock character love interest. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know it's... But yeah, I do have it on that ultimate ultimate autumn list, because just because I didn't give a movie a 10 on 10 doesn't mean it's not like worth watching, you know what I mean? And I do think that's kind of the reason, not the reason, but maybe part of why I do tend to not have that many like massively highly rated movies comparatively. Right. If you're wondering for the total scale that I'm comparing those 10 on 10s to, is I've imported about 600 movies. So out of 600, I've given only like 4 a 10 on 10. But that doesn't mean I only think those 4 movies are worth watching. And a lot of movies are a very good experience to watch, in my personal opinion, even if I only give them like a 6 or 7 out of 10. So I really view those movies to still be valuable views. Even a 5 out of 10 movie I think is fun to watch, and I would watch it again probably. Depends on the specific one, but a lot I would. There you go. There you go. So yeah, as I was like, alright, you know, I do want to, before the end of the month, get like a few more movies from my autumn watch list in. Not that I can't watch those like in November, but what do you think is the oldest movie you have seen? I know which is the oldest movie I've seen because I used to have a film society at my university pre-COVID, and the easiest movies to get, you know, without running into copyright issues, are old-ass movies. The oldest movie I have seen is from either 1931 or 1933. Let me check. Which is the one? There you go. No, 1927. I was off. But there we go. Yeah, the oldest movie I have seen is called The Lodger, A Story of the London Fog, and it's by Alfred Hitchcock. It's one of his early movies. It's not a bad watch, actually. I'm gonna be very for real with you. It was kind of a decent watch. Like, it's a bit old, obviously, and everything, but it's not too bad. Was interesting. Give it a 5 on 10. So yeah, that is the oldest movie I've seen. It's crazy to think about the fact that that movie is gonna turn 100 years old in a bit more than 2 years. Is that not insane? A wedge. What is the oldest movie you guys have seen? There we go. Probably something from the 1930s. That makes sense. Go. So yeah, in the spirit of that, I decided, because as I mentioned, in my list is like a compilation of multiple lists, so some movies did appear on multiple of the lists, and I think one of the most repeated offenders of being on various like autumn movies, like spooky movies lists that I have never seen somehow is American Psycho. So I decided to watch American Psycho, and it was such an interesting movie experience. Would recommend. Oh wait, I'm not sure which Charlie Chaplin movies I've seen, so it's either one of them if they are before 1937 or Disney Cinderella. Oh wait, why? Oh yeah, so I'd never seen, nothing. I'd never seen American Psycho, so I decided to give it a watch. And it's such a, it was like so different than what I thought it would be, but not in a bad way at all. I thought it was a really fascinating movie. Boring movie? I thought it was super fascinating. I don't know, just the atmosphere, like they really managed to make it feel like it was actually the 80s, despite this movie only being made in 2000. And there's a chance I've seen the 1931 Frankenstein. Ooh, that is one that I do have on my radar as well. True, yeah, it's... And I was like, very... Like, it's a funny movie. It's like a disturbing movie at times, obviously because of the violence. It has like some really interesting elements. I was like, yo, I didn't expect to enjoy. Because like my general experience I found with a lot of movies that are kind of like iconic movies TM that have like shaped, I don't know, culture and whatever. Quite a number of them I'm like, they're okay, or some I end up actually not liking. But this one I liked. I gave it an 8. My dad had me watch old monster movies when I was younger. I cannot remember which ones, but he likes Frankenstein, so that one's likely. I want to see, because one of the other particular things that the mod should add is fireflies. Oh, it's a rabbit. I was like, what the fuck are you? Let's see if there's any fireflies ink. It's almost nighttime. I'll put my bed down already. So gorgeous. Take a little screenshot. I'm not sure if the desert applies for the fireflies. I'll sleep for now. Ooh, day 290. Nice, we're getting close to 300. Yeah, well, very interesting movie, I thought. Have a little look. But I personally do have like a lot of positive. I want to see the firefly settings. Start time. Can spawn in rain, frequency, modifiers. Oh, red flowers, that's cute. I think maybe in the desert we're not predisposed to fireflies, I suppose. We're getting there with getting this entire island transformed. There you go. I don't know, like the feeling I always have towards the past, even the recent past, is kind of like there's a level of bittersweetness to it. In that, like I obviously, like everyone kind of has a bit of nostalgia for certain things, and the 90s in particular for me, as like a very late 90s baby, are like the epitome of like childhood nostalgia for me. But at the same time, it's always bittersweet in that, and that's what I loved about American Psycho, is that there's such a... It's very easy to be kind of like the good old days about the past, basically, but what I loved about American Psycho is that it never lets you forget who exactly that good old past was for, you know what I mean? So that's the element that I always feel is that bittersweetness for me, that not even just for myself, but for lots of people, it was not the good old days. It was a time where you weren't allowed to be yourself, and you had to fit very, very rigid expectations. So that's that bittersweetness for me. That while I love the aesthetics, the tech, the fashion, a lot of like of the media, the culture sort of reflecting it. I love those elements, like that, just the aesthetics, but the actual... Lol, I like the 80s. The 80s also have really great aesthetics. For me, the 80s are just more distant in terms of not having any sort of personal attachment to them, the way I do the 90s. But I do think they're cool. Yeah, whatever kind of past decade, I always kind of have that sense of never being able to forget the fact that it was a past in which, like, me and lots of my friends and everyone, we would not have been able to live in the way that we do now. I watched a lot of 80s shows and movies thanks to my parents, so there's that. No, that's fair enough. It's not that I guess it is just also not necessarily just your own personal experience, but also what media you consume. You're right. What kind of feels nostalgic to you? And I watched a lot of like 90s and early 2000s movies as a bebe. There we go. But yeah, I just love that American Psycho is so poignant about that fact, about this, how much of this was a fantasy for so much of the population. And also I thought this was kind of stupid. Like, the one part that I was like, this is kind of... I get the point that it's trying to make, but I thought it was funny from a modern perspective is, in American Psycho, like, one of the most, like, iconic things in terms of pop culture impact is the morning routine. If anyone has seen that scene. And I think it's very funny because it is pretty similar to the sort of self-care trend scene at the moment, like completely unironically. And not necessarily with any value placement, but that it is like that, with like having 1,000 different steps to your shower routine and stuff, and I'm like, this was really prescient. It just amused me when he's like monologuing about like what kind of scrubs he uses. I'm like, I see myself in that scene, and you know what? I'm fine with this. There we go. Doing not too bad, I'd say. I mean, we've ran out of a lot of our dirt already. There you go, yeah, and then yesterday I also had work and I was crazy. But oh my god, I've been so scatterbrained recently, it's actually crazy. Where the week before I forgot my laptop at work. Because I normally always have my laptop with me. I have to I bring it in and out of work. But on the Wednesday, because I didn't go to work on Thursday, I was taking the day off. The Wednesday my drink spilled in my bag and got everything wet, and I ended up buying a little a paper bag in a supermarket and transferred all my important stuff over there, basically. And because I was so out of my typical rhythms due to this this mishap, I just completely forgot to pack my laptop at the end of the work day. But thankfully, you know, nothing happened to it. It's nothing serious. And then this week, on Thursday, I was kind of sludgy when I woke up, so I ended up dawdling quite a bit. I was like not as speedy as I normally am getting ready for work, so I ended up emptying out my backpack on my bed with the stuff from the day before, which is like the empty lunch boxes and that kind of stuff. And while I did this, I, on my bed, forgot my work ID and the key to my office. Because there, I have the key to my office on my work ID on like a little thing. No, I know. And it was so bad. It wasn't actually that bad, but I was like so anxious because I didn't remember where it was when I went, and I realized I didn't have it with me as I was like in the train station. And I was like, oh my god, please let me have just forgotten it at home. I ended up having forgotten it at home, but you know, because I was like, oh my god, what if I've lost it and I have to like report this in the office and I have to replace the office door and I have to like pay for this. Oh my god, this is gonna be awful. Panic, but I was like, no, I can't do anything about this at this point. I can't go home and get back here because it takes an hour, so this would delay me by 2 hours, i.e. I wouldn't have enough time to do my job on that day. So I was like, okay, what? You know what? And then, right, I mentioned it's been kind of empty around, so I was like, okay, I will just, at the door, because you have to scan in to get into the building with your work ID. So I will just go to the front and be like, yo, I forgot my ID, and you know, it's not going to be too much of an issue. And it wasn't. They just let me in. It was, like, fine. And then I walked up to my office, and there was no one there. It was weird, because my colleague yesterday was the day before was, like, literally like, oh, I'll be there tomorrow. And she wasn't. I was like, what the fuck? So then I was like, you know, there's a general key that you can get if you just need to go to a room that you don't have a key for. So I went back and someone else had borrowed it, but I didn't know this person. So I was like, I can't really go over to you really quickly to get this key. So I was like, I asked in my boss's office, I was like, yo, this happened, I don't have a key. And someone in that office was like, oh, you know, just go to the people at the front door, right? And let them know that you don't have this, and if they could, you know, open up the door, because they have general keys, obviously, as security and stuff. And so I went up and I was like, hello, yeah, I forgot my key to my office and I don't have my work ID. Could you, like, open this? They were like, it's two people. One was, like, a pretty nice guy, and then the other one was, like, older lady who was, like, super suspicious. She was like, what's your name? What's your name, man? I was like, this is my name. And she looked me up in the company phone book. Catboy, of course. And I'm only a helper, right? And like notoriously slow at my job to give tech permissions, including listing you in the phone book and stuff at my job. So she was like, okay, your first name, your last name, okay. We don't have you in the system and you don't have an ID. And I'm like freaking out. And so she was like, oh, well, so where do you work? And I tell her the office that I work in, like the room number. And she was like, who else works there? She was like quizzing me, trying to like discern if I was trying to like break into this office building. And I was like, I work with this and this and this person. And she was like, what's this person's first name? Because I said everyone's like Mr. and Miss this and this. And I was like, it's this. And then the other guy was like, come on, like, I'll let you in. So his ass actually saved. I was like, you can call upstairs, like, they know me, I promise I work here. But oh my god, that was so nerve-wracking. I actually was sweating, guys. But I got in, but I hate not having my own key, because you're not supposed, like, you're supposed to always lock the office whenever you leave it, right? Because I work in HR, there's personal information everywhere. For data protection purposes, you're not allowed to really leave the office unattended and open. But that also means every time I have to go to the bathroom, I have to like see that there's someone in my office room, right? Or alternatively, be like really quick. But really, you're not meant to leave it unattended at all. So you kind of feel super locked in by not being able to leave the room whenever you want. So, and obviously I had this anxiety of what if I've lost my key for real, and I've managed to do 4 months without losing it, and oh my god, anxiety. But it was fine. I did find it when I came home immediately, so that was fine. But yeah, there was no one. My colleague didn't come in at all, so I had the office the entire day to myself. It was like a little eerie, I'm not gonna lie. But I did end up getting a lot of work done. I've been doing good overtime, and I need to just make sure next week that because I had to like do some missions to basically let them know that I actually did come in, as I didn't scan in with my ID on that day. But hopefully this will all be fine. Like I might have to do a phone call at work tomorrow, not tomorrow, next week. But at the end of the day, it worked out. It just was really fucking nerve-wracking. But we got through it. We got through it, guys. JKS. Yeah, that was that day. So when I came home, all I had done really was call back the physical therapist office, got my appointments, and did my job. I've also been, because I've been by myself, I've kind of been trying some fun food things, and I did very recently make some pasta with sunflower mince. If anyone has not tried vegan alternatives for mince, I am recommending it, because we've tried two ones so far. One's from pea protein and these one from sunflower seeds, and they're both bangers. And the best part about it is the shelf life is so good. If you're like me and you're kind of like, you like having stuff just in the house and you don't necessarily always want to look on Best Buy dates and constantly worry about using up food that's gonna spoil soon, I highly recommend some of these alternatives. Because obviously if you're buying like beef mince or something, that shit's only gonna last like a week. Whereas all of these vegetarian or vegan alternatives, their asses are fucking good to go for like a year to 2 years unopened. So would recommend. And they taste very good. Like obviously not the same as meat, but pretty good. Would recommend. Bonk Bamba! Yo, the goat! We're doing some classic Minecrafting. On my yellow stream streak and loving it. Yippee! It's been so nice to have you back, goat. I'm just talking about vegan mince alternatives, in case you're interested. But yeah, I've been making some fun little foods. I'm also I'm so swear by vegans smoked salmon. That shit banger, okay? Very nice. Yeah, a bunch of alternatives are very fun. Okay, I'm gonna put away the sand. And we've been doing well, look at this. The progress is really quite good. We still obviously have a good way to go, but we managed to outline the entire thing. We don't need to just cover the top layers. So that's kind of how we're approaching it. The core of this island is still sand, but everything kind of on top of it is dirt. Let me store that sand and go back to mine more dirt. I knew it wasn't going to be enough. There we go. Num 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 num. Sand time. Yeah, we have way too much shit in storage for sand. Yippee, so proud. Yippee! Indeed. Finished all my schoolwork for the week, so I got rest for 2 days. That's excellent. Love to hear it. Go. Do that. Then put you away. Bones up here. Potatoes here. You here. This go here. Alright. Have some scran. There we go. Boop, boop, boop. Yippee! I have a week off to prep for mock exams the week after. I'm nervous, but I'm happy that I don't have more college work added to the revision. Wishing you the best for your exams. Thank you for the hydrate, appreciate it. I'm gonna pause to check. Yeah, and I also did finish Lost in the Neverwoods. I rapped about this last time, and I immediately went into my next read, which I have for my reading challenge. I'm going the wrong way, by the way. Oh, I am going the right way. Fun. Because I always get a little antsy. I have 2 books every month I read for one each per a different reading challenge. One is the Storygraph Easy Reading Challenge, and the other is the 12 Months of Romance Tropes, also on Storygraph. So, I mean, it comes down to a very reasonable, fun 2 books a month, which I've enjoyed way more than having the challenge I had done, the challenges I'd done the previous year, which was basically I had 12 books in a year, but I didn't have them spaced, not dedicated to particular months. So I ended up having a lot of books that I didn't read throughout the year that would pile up at the end of the year and would give me stress. But having it specifically assigned to different months has made it way more manageable. So yeah, for this month I had the... I'm pretty sure it was BIPOC Voices. I read How to Be an Anti-Racist for it. I'm pretty sure that was this month. But the book I hadn't read for it was, because I didn't own it yet, was Something Fabulous by Alexis Hall, who I've read 2 other books by, Glitterland and A Lady for a Duke. He's a very queer author, writes a lot of queer romances, good vibes, some contemporary, some historical. And that particular book, Something Fabulous, I'm reading currently actually, I don't know why I said read. I'm reading for the royalty prompt. So this is a historical novel about a duke, holy shit, ain't no way. A duke who is sort of expected to marry this daughter of a family that's always been close to his family, but she ends up running off after he does a very crappy proposal. So her twin brother basically enlists him to find her and basically redo the proposal. And there's a lot of queerness, lots of queer characters. Obviously, there's going to be romance between the twin brother and our Duke. And the Duke is quite a... you feel for him because he's dealing with a lot of repression and a lot of, he's always been expected to do certain things and he really wasn't allowed any freedom of expression. So he's a bit, stupid. That sounds so good, yeah. But it's just very unabashedly queer despite being set in Victorian England, and I love that. Because obviously queer people did exist, even if they weren't traditionally included in narratives. I don't know why I'm rebuilding this, by the way. Point is to grab as much dirt as I possibly can. Here we go. And you have this travel narrative, you have a lot of this, the Duke questioning kind of his upbringing and starting to realize that, oh, the world is actually not the way he was brought up to believe it is. Such as, having the whole, you have to get married and you have to do all these things and you have to be straight and all this stuff. So, and it's quite good. It always takes me a second to get into any kind of historical texts, even historical fiction, just because it's obviously so different language-wise from a modern, contemporary book, or contemporary story, I should say, because these are also contemporary historical fictions in terms of being released recently. But yeah, I've read a lot today actually when I was on my journeys. So I'm about 130 pages into the book. And it's quite a good vibe. Like, compared to Lady for a Duke, which took me way longer to get into, I feel this one way more already. Lady for a Duke really comes in with like some good twists though, which makes it still a great book. But at the start, it's a little like... It's a little rough to... At least for me. It took a while until I really ended up clicking with that story. But for this one, it took me way less time. It's been quite fun to read. Yeah, that's been the yellow reading. I've been reading, continuing to my House MD rewatch. Now I'm in season 5, which is so much drama, so much angst, so much old man yaoi. Happens. And then, as I mentioned, I did have my first session of physical therapy today. Yippee. It was quite early in the morning. It was at 9:30 a.m. But as I mentioned, it's relatively close to where I live, so it wasn't a big problem to get there. And actually, I had to take like slightly earlier connection because old man yaoi tasty. That is such a James comment. That is literally James. Yippee. James TM. The amount you don't want to know, classic James, yeah. The amount of games James plays on Steam that are not available in Germany. Sausage. I'm kidding. The reason behind this is because Germany has like weird rules for NSFW, any kind of adult content on Steam. Like, the bar to get that verified is apparently really high. But again... Stare. Yeah, man, yeah. So there's lots of games that you have to be like, get from itch.io instead of from Steam. Yeah, so I ended up going a little early just because I didn't want to be late. But I realized that the physical therapist's office was actually super close to a big supermarket that I don't end up going too often to because there's none like right where we go, and also it's too big. Because I don't know, hear me out. For regular like every week shopping, I actually don't love going to super massive grocery stores because they overwhelm me. Too many choices, and there's like science behind it. Okay, that's not just me, but decision fatigue is a real thing, and I experience it like hell in massive supermarkets. If there's like 1,000 choices for every single item, my ass is fucking overwhelmed, okay? With too many decisions. Yeah, and also, hear me out. I don't know about where you guys live, but where I live, in the last 5 or so years, they've started cranking down the temperature in the like fresh food section, like any kind of cheese, meat, anything. They've cranked down the temperature so much that I will genuinely get headaches because it's so randomly cold in that area of the supermarket, and it's not great. Like, literally, you cannot go in with a short-sleeved shirt, even if it's the middle of summer, because it's too fucking cold in the supermarket. And guys, can we stop this? I'm so picky, so I'm just like, so many options, but they all suck. It's always cold in that area, well coldish. Like, they've seriously made it way worse where I live, and I'm like, brother. And me, like, I was talking to this with my dad, and he was like, yeah, I get it. I have to, like, literally put on a jacket when I go to the supermarket because I will also freeze. Grab all that dirt. I don't think they changed that here, yeah. I mean, it was previously was like cool, like mildly cold in that area. But I don't mean like the freezer section, I just mean the like cheese, yogurt, that kind of section. And I don't know why they were like, yeah, we need to make this literally the fucking Antarctic. And I'm like, brother. But yeah, so because of those two factors, and the worst supermarket that has this like cold issue, which they kind of pioneered this, they had it way before any of the others, is Kaufland. And this is the supermarket that's so big it's overwhelming as well. So you have the combination of being overwhelmed by the cold and feeling like headachy, and then you also get the headache of decision fatigue on top. So yeah, that's why we go there every few months for like rare things you can't get anywhere else. Okay, the same. Any area with open food in my local shop is now freezing. Cold enough as it is in Britain now. I have to bring an extra jacket to literally get anything. Oh my god, for real, right? Yeah, I'm hydrating. Thank you, thank you. So yeah, I did have to like a few, like 15 minutes or so before my physical therapy appointment. So I did go in. I didn't really get that much. I got an energy drink. I got some body peeling, and I also got. They had apple pie cookies, so I got apple pie cookies. And then, like, right at the end, oh my god, hear me out, I will stand by this. If you're looking for easy ways to include specific nutrients in your diet more, if you're, like, lacking stuff, or you're finding yourself struggling to meet certain nutritional needs of yours, I would highly recommend looking into toddler snacks. I'm not even joking, because... right? Because the quality control there is really high, because it's meant obviously for young kids who are very susceptible to like any kind of health issue popping up, and B, because it's for kids who are like massively growing, they are also often enriched with extra nutrients like vitamins, calcium, iron, that kind of shit. Like if you are struggling with that in your diet, they're bangers. There's even affordable options too, which is really lovely. So I've been, for the past like 6 months or so, since I've started my new job basically, and a bit before then, I've done so many taste tests and found like banger snacks that are targeted for like 1-year-olds. But the only overall good snacks just for fun too. True, they are also just a lot of really interesting and fun flavor combinations as well. A lot are made for like convenient eating also, so you get like squeeze pouches, you get like stuff in little portions so you can portion size easier, and they're just bangers. The only thing obviously is that because it's meant for like a way smaller person, the portion sizes can be a kind of small sometimes, but you could just remedy that by grabbing 2 of the thing. So one of the things they had, and it was in the sales section in Kaufland, it was like 60% off, which is crazy. They have these like crunchy veggie sticks. For real, when my niece and nephew were younger, I'd be snacking on that for real. That's actually so based. And so true. Yeah, they're like 3 variety veggies, so it's peas, cucumber, I think, and paprika. Flavored like veggie sticks, and they're so fucking good. So they had like those in the sales section for 60% off of that. So I grabbed all they had, which was 4 packs, and I ate one on the way home too. They're just nice, man. No wait, I think the other one is corn. I think it's corn, peas, and then paprika. Paprika one low-key the best one, but all 3 are pretty good. So I've been actually on that, and one of the things I'm so excited for is when I'm in the UK is eating the UK like kid snacks, because man, that should be hitting. Also, I'm hyped for meal deals. Oh my god, look how much I've dug out of this area, by the way. Should be for real like that. Actual reason Yellow goes to the UK. Yeah, it's not for my friends or for anything else. No, it's for the food and for the book deals. Meal deals slacking, price gone up, fuming. Oh my god, how much is it now? I mean, last time I had any was last summer. Then it was like $3.75, right? About, depends on which supermarket specifically. If it's co-op is based. Love co-op. Tesco is fucking expensive for some reason. Why is Tesco's meal deal so expensive? Especially because they always have... Okay, hear me out. Why is... Maybe this is just in the Tesco specifically that I went to, but they have like... Well, I think it was the Tesco's. They have the like Tesco's premium meal deal, where it's more expensive, but it also has a better like sandwich or wrap or burrito, whatever kind of thing in it. And they always put, when they stock the shelf, they always put the premium options like directly next to the like regular ones. So you're like so tempted by the fucking gorgeous looking expensive option. You're like, brother, my local one was like $3.60 last time I tried, but the bigger ones. And of the same brand of store, like £4. Damn. Inflation be real, man. Inflation be fucking for real. Yeah. Oh, spa is pretty fun though. Like a good spa. It do be. Yeah, no. The one I'm hyped for, Toby and me have made plans. We're gonna go to Big Tesco, because I've only gone to like a small, like inner city one. Like, I think I've only gone to Tesco Express. That's all they had where I was, okay? It was not another option there. Just Tesco Express. Oh, what I'm hyped for is Boots. Boots is the goat for real. Big Tesco on top. Yeah, Toby and me have plans to go to Big Tesco. It's gonna be real. It's gonna be happening for real, for real. Yeah, big hype. Oh. Copper. To get that copper for real. How did I get on this topic? Oh yeah, kid snacks. Mostly because like, oh my god, I'm so excited about this. I might actually have to buy this despite it being expensive. Oh my god, this lava. Y'all made me hungry. Whoa, I'm sorry, the food talk. The food talk is so real. But I have no snacks to spare. No! Snackless. Sad. No, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. No snacks? What kind of base are we making? We are working on replacing one of the islands near my base with dirt. Also, welcome in, handheld plays. Same with my college, vending machines are so crazy. Always get J arrows went from 60p to 80p over one term. The other stuff is worse. They made crisp like £1. It used to be 70p. Damn. Damn, £1 for crisps. Crazy. Dirt tasty. Yeah, we are just chomping on that dirt. Yeah, because this area obviously has lots of dirt, but we actually live in the desert. Yippee. I.e., any kind of crop production we want to do, we have to import the dirt. And we're just talking about snacks as you go. Okay. There you go. Snack times now, but yeah, I'm so hyped because I do watch this one TikToker I mentioned already who always talks about what her kids are eating, and she's UK based, and I'm like, oh my god, I want to try out all the snacks that she mentions. Like dino gems. Give me some dino gems, okay? And also, but however, one of the snacks she mentions a lot, like it's not really a snack, it's a breakfast food, is Weetabix. And I was like, oh yeah, surely this is not gonna exist here. But then I went to a shop here and they just had it. And I was like, what the fuck? I did not expect this. It was a bit expensive, so I didn't end up buying it, but you know what? Next time I will probably buy it because I'm so curious. Because her kid always eats Weetabix in hot milk with fruit. I love that person. Oh my god, she's the goat. She's actually such a goat. Okay, you know what I mean? I could never be an online parent because like her content isn't centered around her children explicitly. It's about stuff surrounding her children, like her prepping food. But oh my god, the amount of dumb fucking comments she gets literally every video is actually insane. And it's so stupid because Oh my god, being a public parent, oh my god. Weetabix was so good when I was younger, then it like randomly got bad, I don't know. So good though. Yeah, I want to try it with like the way she does it with mashed fruit and hot milk. I'm like, that sounds fucking insanely good. Give this to me, nom 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 nom. So I might even get it when I'm in the UK and then just make it for breakfast because I'll be living in an apartment for my time there basically. I've got like a holiday flat. Just the best thing ever! I'm gonna actually like cook and shit. Oh my god, and Toby and me are gonna hang out and have like movie nights. Well, probably more like TV nights. Weetabix hot milk, 3 tablespoons of sugar, chop chop. Ooh, that does sound nice as well. I do think I'm gonna mildly flatten this island. Let's have a little look. We do. Nom nom nom. Yes, I'm super hyped for that trip. Have to get through the next few months, write my thesis, do all the shit. We've got this, chat. We got this. Lock in. We just need to lock in, okay? Oh my god. There we go. But yeah, so I had physical therapy, went grocery shopping on the way, and I went there, and it was like very nice. The person I got given is like pretty young, and like she was really nice. So, and for today, like obviously, the first session was basically like me explaining what kind of issues I've had, her being like, "Yo, I'm gonna look at your back," and then I got given a like heated blanket essentially to put on my back to get me all nimble and whatever. That was quite nice. I had to struggle to lay flat, like lying on my chest. I always just feel kind of like claustrophobic. Anyone get that? Kind of like out of breath really easily. It's not my favorite position. I don't sleep on my chest either. So yeah, I was just listening to the radio that was playing, and then she came back. I got a nice massage, which was really nice. It was basically for her to identify what issues I have. The issues are basically I have not enough back muscles in my lower back compared to the rest of my body. I sleep on my chest with power. Some people do, but I'm definitely not one of those people. Sleeping, laying on chests. Not like this. Yeah, that is so real. I know my dad does. Some people do magic, but I just personally find it really, like, uncomfortable. Especially for your neck. I always feel like my neck just hurts if I'm lying on my chest. Or I don't know, I can't really get super comfortable. But this massage thing obviously had like an indent for your face to go in and all this stuff. And yeah, basically she was like, oh yeah, I said this with my face on a pillow and people don't know how I breathe. Yeah, no. That is wild. So I basically need, aside from just getting some massages, I don't know how you breathe like that, oh my lord. I will probably be taught some specific exercise I could do to strengthen my back, like lower back muscles. Because obviously I've been doing a lot more exercise, you boys know this, for the last 2 years or so. But lower back is something that, as I now have an office job and everything, that's kind of easy to not have properly trained. So I've got 6 sessions for now, and then the orthopedist was like, yo, if you still need more, like, make another appointment and I can prescribe you more. I'm like, this is chill as fuck. So very nice. Physical therapist as well. I was like, you know, it's not like something I've ever done. I've never even gotten a commercial massage. So if you don't, you know, if you discount massage chairs, because that's not a person. But yeah, I was very much like, you know what, this is a new situation, but it ended up being pretty good. Overall, would recommend if you need it for whatever reason. There we go. And then after that, I was like, you know what, I'm already in town, so let me go to the drugstore and get a few little things. I got a new candle that's chai cinnamon scented, very nice. Basically smells like a coffee shop. And I got a few things for like toiletries and other goodies. And I did get a few more snacks there as well. They had 2 new flavors. Sand dancing, yeah. It does look like it's dancing. I always needed to check if she was actually breathing. No, that is so real. There you go. Do all of this. We're making a lot of progress. We might actually get this done today. We have too much sand. Don't have the facilities to store all of it. The noise of the sand breaking is so satisfying, my brain. It is. I've done quite a lot of sand related projects in Minecraft, and I never really get tired of it just because the sound is so satisfying. We think it's just like riding a bike. You can do it even when it is physically possible. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that, my bro? What the fuck / pause. What's on it, Balamao? Wise words have been passed down in my family since 0 generations ago. Silly. Very silly. Yeah, so I got a few things from drugstore, and then I was like, you know what, I'm already in town, and I really should get a haircut, so I got a haircut! Let's go! Last one for the year, pretty much. And I love going to my hairdresser because like, he is expensive, because somehow all the hairdressers are expensive in my area, but haircut, whoop whoop, yeah. But he's like really chill, like he doesn't like try to do massive conversations. I don't like that. I don't like being accosted with like random conversations when I'm, need to have one of those, when I'm having my haircut. And I like going to the same one because like they know me and they know my hair and what kind of stuff I like done to it, so it's kind of like low pressure comparatively. And he has a stamp card, and every 10 haircuts you get like half a haircut for free. I think it was half, or either a full or half cut amount reduction, so that's pretty nice. I've been going to him like for years, and this time like he was even like, oh, how are you? And I'm like, oh, a bit stressed. And I've been recently wearing my hair a bit more into a middle part instead of cut half your hair. No, like half of the price of a haircut being reduced. Just after half your hair, he just stops and he's like, it's enough, man. Enough for today. Today's decision that I'm going to nap instead of oopsies following see by watching stream at my desk. Perchance be back. We shall see. Have good stream. Stay hydrated, everyone. Bye, Bamba. Have a good eep. Thank you for stopping by as per usual. You're the goat. Take good care. After this, we should go to the XP farm again. You guys are so cool. I'm so lucky to be in this community heart. Oh, thank you, Bams. We're getting pretty close to 900, which is crazy, I think. So yeah, got a haircut, and at the end of my haircut, it was even like, I know this head of hair, in terms of like how it will end up looking. I was like, oh yeah, you do, and this is why I still go to him despite the price. Yippee. And after that, because that's what my original plan was to have physical therapy, have a haircut, and then go to my friend's house, because my friend only had time from like noon, and my appointment was in the morning, obviously. But then I like messaged with them, and I was like, yo, and they were like, oh, I'm not feeling too well, and I was like, you know, maybe we should postpone our hang, because obviously if someone's not feeling physically too well, then maybe you don't, like, now that I can still go home, because I haven't actually gone into the train to their house, I'm like, oh, now if I shouldn't come, tell me now. And they're like, yeah, no, maybe we'll postpone it. I was like, let me know when you're feeling better. So I then ended up going home at like 11 a.m. And at home I played a bit of Terra cards. I've been grinding some achievements in that game, which has been quite fun. And then I also have been watching a bit more House in season 5 now. And I also started a new movie that I was hyped to see, another one from my Autumn Vibes playlist. And it's called The Age of Adeline. I haven't finished it. I'm about halfway through it because I didn't have to stream. But the basic premise is it's about a woman called Adeline, shocker, who, after a car accident, stopped aging. So she perpetually looks the same age despite being way, way older. And it has a similar premise to, in some ways, to the TV show Forever, which I loved, and it was saddened that it only ever got one season. Where that one was a like detective procedural show where you have the main character who is immortal and also doesn't age, and has kind of like every few years or something has to change his identity because obviously people start getting suspicious that this person never ages. And that's kind of the similar premise as The Age of Adeline. The weirdest thing about that movie is like it's got a very cool concept, which is why I picked it as my next watch. But everyone has the most British, like it's like a mix of British and transatlantic. Is it Atlantic? No, transatlantic. There we go. You know, that like fake accent, basically. If anyone knows it, like old newscasters and stuff, that accent that a lot of them had, that sounds like weirdly British but still American, which is actually a fake accent. Fun fact: this is not a naturally occurring accent. This is one that people trained to have, and it's one that as this is kind of faded out of popularity to change your accent via like speech training. It's faded out of popularity, at least for white people. Let's be real. That we kind of associate with the past. They turned the Atlantic trans. Even the ocean's woke now. /J. Now that is so real. But yeah, so that accent. So they either sound British or transatlantic. And it's very weird because the movie is set obviously in the US in relative modern day. Like they talk about digitization in that movie, which is a modern concept. And even though our protagonist is like a timeless person, we are sort of in contemporary times. And it's very strange. And not like the main character Adeline, obviously, who was born in 1908 and stopped aging sometime in her like late 20s. Let's go. By the way, we finished replacing all the sand with dirt. Look at this. Now we just need to smooth out any gaps that look a little weird, or alternatively create gaps. Dirt. To make this shape look a bit more organic. Go. Let's get some roundedness here. Just to get that feel in here. That it doesn't look so artificial. Smooth out that bit here. Go. Nice. Look at this. We did it. Now let's do one more heap. We have a lot of dirt as well spare, so we can do that. And update it to tree farm somehow, somewhere. Let's look at from the top of the castle how it looks now. I think it's gonna be epic. We also need to extend obviously the fences, because those are not the final form. I'm gonna take quite a lot of oak in a bit for trapdoors. We really need water for water holes. Have a look. Look at that! Whole island filled with dirt. Ta-da! Okay. Obviously, one of the reasons is for trade, but the other reason is for food. I think it's gonna look very nice once it's all covered with crops. Go, a bunch of sand. Let's put the dirt here. And we're gonna do this. You can go here. The banner. We're just starting the biggest banner collection of all time. Not really, but pretty solid. Okay, now we need crops. A lot of crops. So grab my potatoes, grab seeds, more seeds, and then carrot central as well in a bit. There you go. Let's go. I'm not gonna harvest this kind of stuff. Oh wait, we need shit, don't we? We need shit. No, we need trapdoors and torches. Way more torches. Sticks in here, potatoes. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put these two here. Now we just need trapdoors and fences. go. Gonna put away 2 for now. To this away, boop. There you go. Perfect. Let's have a gander. Let's continue dividing this land. Oh, I forgot the most important thing. My home. Goddamn. I was gonna break like immediately. Did I not have another one? Guess not. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I only have 5 diamonds, are you joking? That's not great. Right, iron hole, here we go. Oh my god, fortune 3, efficiency 4, breaking 3 hole is crazy. That's a crazy home. Damn. We don't even need that OP overhaul. Fancy, I know. I'm gonna use up this. And actually, we probably shouldn't use this up because it has a touch on it. It's a gold hoe anyway. Oh shit, it's gonna break immediately. And then taking more seeds. Okay. There we go. I do this straight or not straight here? Okay, not straight. As in, like, did I stack multiple fences on top? Actually, I'm gonna move these 2 blocks. There we go. There you go, nice. This is the wheat field. Let's go this way. Don't like that connection to the side, that's why I'm removing blocks, by the way, if you're wondering. There you go, nice. See if we have enough, hopefully. I think we should have. There we go, nice. Is that all? So. I don't even made too much. Okay, now we need to do some digging. Go. We'll fix the field whenever we're done. Vibe. Deep. Deeper time. The fuck is happening with the fish here? Oh, that's not fish, that's bunnies. RIP you guys. I'm so eepy, I'm gonna go now. I'll try and catch you next stream. Lumchas, huggies. Lumchas! Eep well. Thank you for being here, I appreciate it. We're gonna finish up this island, I think, as a rest of the stream. Because I am live tomorrow, chat. I'm doing some shorter, spooky games. It's kind of like a Halloween special. And on Sunday we're doing Tiny Life and Spirit City Lo-Fi sessions, kind of checking out the new updates, the works. Hydrate and the posture check, and otherwise I've been crocheting more, chat. I finally finished today. I did the sewing today. My fingerless gloves. I'm very hyped. There's a picture of them in the Discord. And I've been, wait, I can see, let me check something, maybe I can show you. The best part of having the new camera is honestly that I have a separate program so I can check if the view from the camera is like okay, without you boys seeing it. There's, should be fine. A bit of a shit angle, but I can fix that really quickly. see if I can sort of angle this. I've been really struggling to get this camera angle that I had during the Christ. During the what? During the something painting streams. Yeah, okay, this angle's fine. I'm gonna grab them really quickly. They don't look like perfect, but should you stay outside of the game? No, I'll fix that really quickly. Because it would be so stupid if we get killed because I am tabbed out in the video game. But actually, let me double check again. I think it doesn't it pause if you're single player Minecraft? But just in case it doesn't. I'll actually just log out really quickly. In case it doesn't. I don't know actually. I know in multiplayer it doesn't pause. Even if you're by yourself on that one. But let me check. There you go. Hello chat. Look at this! Ta-da! I know, crazy. I can show you what they look like in real life. Ta-da! Yeah, they're like not perfect, like you can see like a few imperfections. But they fit. And they're like very nice. Thank you, I'm hyped. And actually, immediately, because I finished the second glove at work, except sewing the like ends in, because I don't carry like my sewing needle everywhere. It's kind of too risky. But then I started doing, I was like, I want to do more, especially with that brown, that darker brown, because I really like it. And I was like, I want more clothes, because in the past I've done a lot of like granny squares, I've done phone cases, laptop cases, like use items, but I want more clothes. So I decided I'm gonna make a crochet top, like kind of a sweater vest kind of energy. And the start of this looks like, it doesn't look like a lot, it's just gonna be a big square basically, well a big rectangle. But so I did quite a lot of progress on this though. Look at that! Ta-da! This is my hand for comparison. This is like the front panel of it. It's pretty cool. And I just got a new roll of yarn because mine ran out doing this, so I had to wait until I got the new yarn delivered, the refill. So I'm doing this, but I also have plans. I haven't decided what exactly, but probably another sweater vest. I got like last year, I bought this really lovely fancy fucking wool, and like look at this. From like a German brand, and it's like really cool. It's got this pattern. And I want to make something out of it. I haven't decided what. And I did buy more needles. Oh, I know. Like, it's very cool. Like that. Maybe a scarf or something. Maybe another sweater vest. And I did get a big pack of crochet needles. Because I had some, but I only have 2 that actually say the size of them on the barrel, because I have 2 random ones that I don't know what size they actually are. I can just guess. And I only had pretty small oes, like this is a 3mm tip. And this one, look how big the 6 is compared. This is like 3 sizes bigger. Actually 6 sizes if you count halves. So I got this. This is the correct size hook for this yarn here. But yeah, so I haven't decided what exactly with that, but something. And then I'm also still working on one of the stitches really quickly because it got caught on my fidget spinner. Let me redo this. There you go. Ta-da! But yeah, I crochet left-handedly, like so. If you're wondering. Then I do da. Small crochet intermission. But yeah, it's been really fun. I'm so hyped that I finally ended up making one pair of the fingerless gloves, because I attempted that pattern last year and I failed miserably. Like actually so bad. Like if you want to see, I fucked up the pattern so badly it was not even funny. And then I got so annoyed about having fucked it up that badly that I just didn't touch the project again for like an entire year. And then I just basically was like, okay, I need to redo this. Right. Hold. I still have it to remind everyone of the shame. So you've seen this is, let me remember, this is the, this is the glove for the right hand of the left. I don't remember, but yeah, this is the gloves that I made right now. You can see they've got appropriate sized finger holes and Jesus, and a nice neat stitch. This was the attempt I did last year. With, yeah, I misread the pattern and I didn't realize until like the very end. And then this happened. As you can see, like this is not a proportional finger hole. It's very off in terms of the scale, and it's also nowhere near as neat. Yeah, and this if I show you on my hand. Yeah, this is where things went wrong. Like, the rest is not that bad, it's just a bit messy, but this is where it was, like, unsalvageable. And I was so annoyed about this, because the pattern is quite tricky, in my personal opinion. I was so annoyed about it that I just gave up and didn't touch this pattern again. And then I redid the entire fucking thing to be like this. And I did follow, this was the original pattern design, actually has these elements in a different color. I just didn't add this element in a different color. This is like the original pattern. This one I was like, oh, I'll do everything in one, but it just kind of blends into each other as well. So I did go with the original contrasting pattern design. But yeah, so if you're ever wondering when it comes to any kind of fabric craft, a lot of people kind of have this fear or like this worry of like, oh, everyone does it perfectly and I'm not doing it perfectly. No, literally, like a core tenet of fabric crafts is that sometimes you really mess up, and sometimes you need to undo at times hours of work. It's even got its own name called frogging, when you have to like undo a bunch of work because you made an error that you didn't catch like 6 hours of work ago, and you're like, oh no. And then you need to, yeah. Like, I had to do that as well when I redid this pattern. As I low-key made another error, like, at the start of the plane of the glove. And when I got to the fingers, I was like, something's wrong. And then I just had to undo the entire thing. But yeah, now I'm doing this crochet top vest situation and then trying to decide on what kind of other project I want to do with that wool, because I actually have 2 spools of that yarn, the multicolored one, because they already sold those in sets of 2. Oh, look! There's like water splashing on the surface of the ocean. That's so cute. People, wow. From particles. the splashies. Yippee! I'll put like some hidden water here to fix that issue. There you go. There we go. Ta-da! I do until trapdoors run out. Go. Yeah, so it's been kind of a nice little thing. Like the part that about crochet that's kind of nice in my opinion is it's like a fidget that creates something. Because if you're like a little experienced with the stitches and stuff, it's kind of the only thing you're doing is like you are mentally still there, at least I am, because you have to count like the stitches if it's in a circular pattern, but like I had to do with the gloves. But if it's like a panel, like the project I'm working on right now, you just literally do the stitches and you can kind of zone out while you're slowly but surely making something cool. So I recommend it. I do want to try at some point to knit again, because I learned both knitting and crochet as a child, but I was always way better at crochet than I was at knitting. And I wasn't that good at crochet either, because I didn't get it taught particularly well. Or like I should say, I didn't get taught it with the grace and explicit left-handed support that I should have gotten it. But I ended up learning from my mum later when I was a bit older, like 12 or so. And now I'm pretty good at it, I'd say. I'm not an expert, but I can do some stitches. There we go. So I do want to see if I can maybe at some point try knitting again, because there's a lot of projects that are very cool with knitting, but I'm like, man, you just have to have so many more needles, especially for socks. You have to have 4 separate needles. I'm like, bruh, despair. Oh yeah, we'll see. I do want to try cross stitch again. Like my idea, honestly, because you can combine cross stitch and crochet, so you can cross stitch on top of something you crocheted. And my idea was for the vest top I'm making right now was to potentially cross stitch a design on top of my crocheted top, because the top's like gonna be pretty plain. It's just a singular color. So I thought maybe we could accessorize it a bit. But that's kind of far in the future, because shit, if there's one thing, the bigger crochet projects take a long time. Because I liked a few TikToks as well about the topic of crochet, because I was looking up patterns and stuff. I just now get like crochet talk content, non-stop. And yeah, obviously any kind of crafting content, like people get a lot of shit for wanting to be compensated fairly for their labor, and I'm like, brother, you have no idea how long this shit takes. Because it's not fast fashion, guys. It's not fast fashion. For like sort of rough frame of reference, because I didn't count exactly, for those two, like per glove, it's like roughly 5-6 hours. So I've easily worked on one pair of fingerless gloves for minimum 10 hours, if not more. So yeah, should be taking a while. I've done trapdoors everywhere here. Obviously, if you give yourself like, and that's not counting resources, by the way. This is just counting sheer hours. If you give yourself like fair payment, then obviously you cannot price something that takes like, let's say, 10 hours minimum. If you give yourself even minimum wage, right? Which is rough. That's 12 times 10, right? That's roughly 12 where I live. So that's at least 120 euros, and that's not counting material cost or, you know, actually paying yourself a fair wage. So just from that point of view, this is why handmade clothes are expensive, because the cost of making them time-wise is so excessive. And again, obviously material costs. Like my material costs for this pair of gloves were the dark brown wool is about €4, and the lighter brown is like 350. So it's about, let's say, 8 rounded up, and that's excluding needle, crochet hook, because I already owned those. So you're gonna have, let's say, around 8 to 10 euro, depending on the material you're using and how big your project is, just on a material cost basis. And then obviously the like 10 or so hours of labor, so like, yeah, it stacks up. Okay, there you go. And then you have people like, can you sell this for €5? Like, no, bitch. You make this if you want it for that money. And honestly, that money doesn't even cover the resources of the project. As I'm crocheting and reading, watching movies. Been fun. My house rewatch. There you go. Okay, actually, I think I can at least put water in here already. Even if I'm not gonna cover this up because I don't have any more trapdoors. Now we're gonna do Go, nice. Sorry, I'm kind of looking in on this process. Go. I think we're gonna do the wheat section today, then we'll do more planting another day. Go, nice. Oh yeah, I never continued my Age of Adeline. But yeah, so the one thing that's kind of like pulling me a little bit out of the movie at the moment is the weird transatlantic / British accents. For everyone, not just for Adeline, but like every single fucking character around it. And like, why do they all not sound like why do they all sound so weird? Not saying obviously people can't be immigrants and have different accents, but it just seems a bit strange to have every single character what is meant to be set in the US in various, like, it's in New York, it's in San Francisco, like, and there's like only sort of this vague British / transatlantic accent. It's a bit strange. Has like a fun visual style, and again it really reminds me of that TV show Forever. Is it groundbreaking so far? No, but it's kind of like a fun romp, and I'm excited to see where it goes. So I continue watching that after stream. Maybe we'll do more planting, honestly. Oh wait, this is wrong here. This isn't even meant to be wheat. This is meant to be whatever crop goes here. Just auto focused on planting stuff that didn't even think which crop goes here. SMHing. I should really help these guys someday, shouldn't I? See if I can push them out. These guys are just literally bouncing on the water for like 600 years. There we go. Help them out. Come on, you got this. There we go. Okay, third bunny. Come on, mate. You got it. You got it. Thank you. Damn. Bunny's rescued. Have I done all the wheat then? Yeah, I guess so. What comes here? Okay, oh, potatoes, okay. Potatoes and molasses. The iconic. Oh my god! Guys, I'm so upset about this. I was just reminded about Over the Garden Wall. Over the Garden Wall turns 10 years this year. This is not what I'm upset about. But Hot Topic like released 10-year anniversary merchandise, and it's so cute, and I cannot get it because Hot Topic shipping is atrocious because they don't have any European presence, so it's US shipping, and oh my god, it's literally not even funny how expensive it is. I'm like, no, because the only piece of Over the Garden Wall merchandise I actually own, I did get as a gift while I was in the US. So I have like one shirt from Hot Topic that's Over the Garden Wall, and I'm like, oh, blubbers. The new collection is so cute. Like, I wish I could have it, but alas. Alas. Feels weak, man. I don't actually have that many potatoes, so I need to watch that at the point. I would recommend watching it in the season because it's the ultimate autumn show. You could also watch it in other times, but like, oh my god, it's so seasonal, you know? The vibes are strong. It's a banger. I've watched it multiple times at this point. And it is just truly the banger of bangers. Peak television. Yeah, also in other like kind of sad pop culture news, they've confirmed the future of the third and final season of Good Omens. And they were like, yeah, how about we, instead of the 6-episode third season, we're gonna make it a 1-episode third season and basically just make a like a TV movie as a finale that's only 90 minutes long instead of the 6-episode season. And I'm like, I get it, but also how the fuck are you gonna wrap up that in a satisfying way with only 90 minutes? Blubbers. Like, my entire social media presence is like, everyone's in mourning because we're like, because at first it was like, the rumors were like, it's gonna be a 6th season with 6 episodes and the final episode of that 6 is gonna be 90 minutes long, but nope. All we get is a 90-minute movie. Feels weak, man. Feels weak, man. There we go. We have another stack that's nice as hell. There we go. Boop, 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 boop. Oh yeah, but oh my god, chat. I am glad that physical therapy is going well and that it's like not as, like, not scary or anything. But oh my god, having like all this shit at the moment with administrative work, including having to make like doctor's appointments and stuff like that, is so stressful. Blubbers. And like I've now pushed back signing up for my thesis, mostly due to like uni administration stuff, to the 7th of November. Which means either it overlaps mildly with my UK trip, and I just have a little less, like a few days less than 3 months, or I will like sign up even later to sign up after my trip, to finish with it after my trip, because basically you get 3 months max. Obviously you don't have to use those 3 months, but I will want to have that available to me. So there you go. Let's go back. But oh my god, the level of PPOE, because there's like a bunch of stuff that I'm really excited for the next few months. Stream stuff, personal stuff, just the works, life things. But there's also a few things that are a little scary in terms of like my future and stuff. So it's a bit like aware, you know? Where I always get that thing when there's something kind of scary or intimidating in the future as well as stuff that's exciting. I feel like I'm a little stifled in my excitement because I can't be like, oh, I can't wait for this month to be over so this thing happens, because it's also bringing me closer to stuff that's more scary or intimidating or work or anything like that, you know? So it's a little bit like, I just want to be like done with my thesis, but that also means I have to like job hunt and shit, which is like adult responsibilities. Oh my god, you're in the carrot field for real. It is what it is, guys. Sometimes it be like that. Yeah, the carrot field for some reason I made like way big. Just gonna pre-dig some holes. Oh. Go. 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 There's so many bunnies in this field. There we go, nice. Yeep. Oh my god, we're gonna be on day 300, chat. Yump. There we go. Day 300 and we're planting carrots. Yippee, 300 days. Not too bad, I'd say. I mean, obviously we're playing a bit slow because it's hardcore, chat, but... As in, obviously, in Evergreen, we had, like, beaten the Ender Dragon on day 100 already, but... And we have not even started really with that process. But I'm pretty proud of myself. I don't remember where exactly. I think it was on, like, in someone's chat, but I was like mentioning how I am playing hardcore now and everything. And the person I was talking to was like, "Oh, I never could do that." Where I kind of responded to with like, "Oh, I didn't think I would ever have a hardcore series either," because it took me so long until I felt confident enough to start up one, because if I die like on episode 2, it's not even gonna be fun. And now that I've very much got invested into this world and have like lots of projects we want to do and all this stuff, now it's actually like there's actual stakes, you know? Because at the start you're like, who cares? I can start a new series immediately. But then time passes, you get invested. And suddenly on day 300. People, go. cannot believe by hoeing this much land, I broke an unbreaking 3 hoe. That's crazy. Oh yeah, we're not gonna make another hoe today. We're gonna plant what I've hoed now, and then gonna be done for the day. But we got so much done. We finished up like the entire replacement process of this island here, and then we planted every crop in to the maximum capacity out of the storage of it, except carrots, which I think is pretty fair. But yeah, we only have this massive land. I don't know why. I think because I started dividing it way over there, I just allocated a lot of carrot land. But to be fair, carrots are pretty cool, pretty strong overall. And you can use them for villager breeding, for trading. And for golden carrots. So even in the long term, we have a good use for carrots. After this, I think, obviously we're going to finish up that island, which is still going to take a while. And then the next thing is we started this last time, which was this. Which was kind of like our division into kind of themed lands. Which means we're going to move everything in this land here that isn't actually meant to be here. Mainly the tree farm. And any kind of like farming related thing that isn't animals. First to this side. Behind this line. But yeah, it was to have this area as kind of like a tree farm kind of vibe area. Don't really know about the theming yet, but it's a big project. It's a big project. It's like the core main area for our world, and we're gonna take a turn. These guys are still leisuring down there. Yep, the frogs have not passed, so that's good. Let's drop some chicken eggs in. And get a little bit of wheat to the cows. There you go. Alright, let's do what we always do. It's not that, but put the rest of the carrots here. Bit of spare dirt, and which is actually crazy. We never used to have any spare dirt, but there we go. Spare dirt. Excellent. Boots haven't broken yet. Let's log out to the top of the tower. Look at that! But actually we could use the roof to have another picture. Ta-da! Not too bad, I'd say. Obviously the copper isn't permanently there, that's just aging. I had so much fun. This was like a classic yellow Minecraft stream. Big vibes. And I will be back tomorrow, chat. I hope you enjoyed this extra stream. Unexpected, spontaneous stream. If you're new here and you like the content, drop a follow. We are pretty close to 900. It would be epic to reach it. So, and we are going to play Portal 1, Portal 2, and Portal 2 co-op when we do, so tell your friends. And tomorrow we are back. Thank you for the stream. Yippee! Tomorrow we are back playing Last Seen Online and Frightwood. Specifically, we are going to play those for the first time, and it's all in the spooky short game theme. That's at 6 PM BST, same time as today. We'll see how many like shorter spooky games we can fit in there, honestly. Depending on how quickly we get to the first 3, we might do 1 or 2 more. I've picked some out. And then on Sunday, we're doing Tiny Life and Spirit City Lo-Fi Sessions, doing a new update check. That's at 4 PM BST, so an earlier stream. And for next week, actually, Monday, we are either gonna do more spooky games, depending on how much we get done tomorrow, or Stardew Valley. And Tuesday, we are doing Cult of the Lamb for the first time. Mark your calendars. We're of course going to do with chat integration. I don't really know how the game works, so we're going to learn on that day, and it's the start of the Cult of the Lamb series on the channel. Then on Friday, we're going to be doing Noxcraft, some sillies, and continue building our shop there. And then on Sunday, we are either going to do Stardew Valley if I don't do it on Monday, but if I do it on Monday, we're going to do Turmoil and then also Diluvian Winds, which we haven't done in so long, but I want to replay Diluvian Winds to fix the soft locking of Chapter 6 that I did accidentally. When I last played it, I want to like replay it. This is it's like a survival management game. It's very cute. So we're either going to do those two or Stardew on Sunday, and on Monday either Spooky Games or Stardew, depending on tomorrow. I had so much fun today. Thank you so much. Got a lot done, and we're going to be able to do some banger progress next time we log on to the hardcore world. Let me try and find the guide, the raid. I did not forget. Are you still live? Okay, bro's still live. Playing Terraria. Can't end stream till I beat Terraria. Fair enough. Alright, we're gonna raid over to Trainer Trob, who was the guide, the raid from Turtle. Have a good time over there. I don't really know anything about Terraria. I played 20 minutes total ever, and I've watched very little of it as well, but he looks like he's kind of far into the game, so have a good time over on that stream, and I will see you tomorrow, 6 PM BST, for some spooky Halloween special vibes.